very fun first experience of like a party. Not a successful morning, is it? It's chaos. Oh, I'm nervous. Good morning and hello from the second Brazil vlog. I am here in a town called Paraty. I think that is how you say it. It is basically a beach town about 4 hours outside of Rio, which obviously is kind of like the main city. And this is our penultimate stop before we actually head to Rio. So we have basically done a few days in the Amazon rainforest and the city of Manaus. I will say I didn't love the city. I did love the rainforest experience. I think that was very, very cool. Such a unique thing to do. But the city was not really the nicest. It definitely didn't feel the safest. So I was very excited to come to Paraty and we arrived yesterday. I'm not gonna lie guys, it was a trek. I did not film anything yesterday. I felt like death all the way until we arrived, and then once we'd got here we had a little freshen up and we went out to explore the town, and then suddenly I felt fine and ended up going on a night out, which yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it was just the best atmosphere. I'm gonna insert some videos. Salut! That was my evening last night. Unexpectedly a late one, despite the fact that we'd been traveling for like 18 hours pretty much. No, that's an exaggeration. I think it was like 15 hours, so it's still a long time. But today, guys, I'm so excited. Yeah, basically the activity today is like 4x4 Jeep driving through more rainforest and just like around the area. I don't really know what we're gonna see, but it's a big tour. Like it's a long all day kind of thing. And I've seen some pictures of it. It looks very, very cool. I think whilst we're here, the vibe is definitely just to chill out a little bit because Rio is going to be crazy. I think that will be in this vlog though, so it's going to be a two-part: Paraty, Rio de Janeiro, and this is definitely like calm before the storm. But I'm excited to see what we see today. I'm going to do a proper room tour later because right now it is a massive mess, but look at this. We've got a bath in the middle of the room. Very, very cool. Like, this is very nice. It's a little bit random, but very nice. So we have got in our 4x4. It's actually kind of like being in a tuk-tuk because we're sat like sideways. And we've split the group in half, or kind of in half. Me and Tom and Sean are in this car. The rest of the group are in the other car. But this car has just broken down. So far we've seen the motorway. And that's about it. It's very, very hot, guys. It's so humid. This is one of the most humid places I've probably ever visited. This and the waterfall last week. Sweaty central. How you doing?
No, I'm good, I'm good. I'm trying to avoid the sun actually because I think I'm burning already.
Oh really? Did you not put sun cream on?
I did, but I never quite trust it.
Sean, do you have sun cream on?
Yar!
Good.
Not on my legs though.
Not on his legs. It's UV8.
Is that what it, I was just going to check that actually. 28 degrees.
I think Australia has skewed my vision of UV because everywhere in Australia is at UV 12 all the time. So I'm like, oh, 8 is not that bad, but I'm like, no, if it was 8 at home, can you imagine?
It was like when we had UV4 in the Amazon, and I was like, oh, that's fine, I don't need sun cream.
It's so bad, that's so bad. You always need sun cream. Yeah, the guy just told us the brakes don't work, so it's probably for the best that we're staying here. Is this our rescue vehicle turning up? Sorry, this one is so much cooler. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, I want to go in the pink one. 20 minutes later. It is, I was just going to say it's like Florida. Okay, hello guys. It has been a couple of hours. We had a big nap because we were shattered from last night. Like I say, yesterday we basically had no sleep and then managed to do a night out. It was catching up with me this afternoon. But the activity today was very cool. However, obviously our 4x4 broke down and then we did end up in a regular car for like half of it. So that kind of took away from that experience a little bit. And also, like I say, we were shattered. And also a lot of the day was like going to see waterfalls, and not to sound ungrateful or spoiled, but last week we went to the world's biggest waterfall in Iguazu in Argentina and Brazil, to be fair. I just don't think anything will ever top that. So by comparison, I was like, these are amazing. But last week I just felt like I had a out of this world experience, and that is what happens when you get spoiled when traveling. But right now we are dressed, suited and booted a little bit nicer to go for dinner in the town. Tom and I have just come out a little bit earlier than the rest of the group because we want to do some shopping, and a lot of this town has really beautiful like cobbled streets with shops either side, like selling like knickknacks, trinkets, but also selling some bits and bobs for carnival, because carnival isn't just in Rio. Like, I think it's maybe quite a common misconception that it's just that city that does carnival, but it's all across Brazil, and in fact I think it's all across South America. Yeah, because I know that in Colombia they were like preparing for it and stuff as well, but obviously predominantly it's Rio that gets talked about. But yeah, so they're selling just loads of bits and bobs if you want to go shopping. Just got myself some Havaianas. I got the ones with the Brazil flag on just because they're basic, they match everything, for £8. £8. Do you know how much they are in England? They're like 30 quid.
It's a good saving.
Such a good saving. I'm tempted to buy some more, but I don't really need them, do I? No, they weren't. They were quite expensive. What am I going to do with like 4 pairs of Havaianas? I already have some at home. Okay, good morning guys. I realised I never showed you the room yesterday and we're about to check out of it. So we have had this beautiful bathtub with the TV in front of it. However, we haven't used this because we've had no time really. And the TV actually doesn't work because the Wi-Fi doesn't work.
We tried.
We did try. I was like, oh, that'll be so nice. We could have a bath, watch the telly. No, we have not done that. We also haven't even used the pool, which is really sad because the pool is out here and it looks gorgeous. Like, can you see those kind of like day beds? Very Love Island vibes. And there's also jacuzzis.
Good morning.
Anyway, and then we've got this massive bed and a really nice bathroom. Just doing a little tour. What do you think of the bath?
I'm just going to take a bath.
You're just gonna take a bath, yeah, do.
I went to Molly's like watching a TV. I'm like, I'm just getting in the bath now.
No, but do you know what? I actually wish you'd had time to use it, and also I wish the telly worked.
We tried to get the TV to over the Wi-Fi was that week. It didn't work.
Yeah, it just buffers the whole time. And then this is the bathroom. We've got a little toilet, got a little shower, which is lovely. And something I love is the mirror. I'm obsessed with mirrors that have these guys. You can turn it on. And it's just really nice lighting. It's not super harsh. Anyway, today we are going on a boat trip and that is our sign to leave because if Sean is leaving, then we must be late. Good morning from Rio de Janeiro. We are in our final stop, the main attraction. I'm not gonna waffle on because we need to go for breakfast, but we are here. We're gonna be here for the next week and I'm so excited. I'm a bit anxious, I'm a bit apprehensive. I've heard a lot of horror stories about people coming to Rio and getting robbed, getting mugged, things like that. I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt because I really don't like when people stereotype a place, but I can't lie, that has got in my head a little bit. I am quite nervous, so we shall see how today goes, but we are starting our time in Rio with a big day trip of all of the landmarks, including the classics, the Christ the Redeemer, the Sugarloaf Mountain, and everything in between. So it's going to be a long old day. I've got this little cord on because everybody is already dressed so funky here for carnival. Like, there's so many amazing outfits, so I thought we'd go colourful. And it's also 1,000,000 degrees, so yeah. Good morning. How excited are you to see your second wonder of the world today?
Very excited. This is the thing I've been looking forward to the most in Brazil.
In Brazil, me too, to be honest. This is my little outfit of the day. Tom is wearing a top that he actually had custom made in Paraty, and it's this like beautiful cotton fabric with a toucan on it, and he got to pick the logo himself. It was actually a really cool shop, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, it was a good idea.
We are starting our day off by getting the cable cars to Sugarloaf Mountain, which I think is this one. I'm actually not too sure. We have to go and get in a queue. There's a lot of touristy things to be doing here, and I think this is like the first one. Oh, there it is. I'm actually quite scared of that though because I didn't realise, not to sound stupid, I didn't realise how high up it went. Okay, we are about to board. This is the mechanism. Don't need to see that. Don't need to see that at all. Right, we are now boarding the second cable car. Basically, you get two. One to this one that's like the first viewing point, and then one to the actual top of Sugarloaf Mountain, which is the famous mountain that you've probably heard of. Although, to be fair, I actually didn't know that's what it was called. But yeah, that one's a lot narrower. It's a lot smaller at the top, so I do kind of feel like a bit more nervous. So I'm not the biggest fan of heights. I'm a lot better with it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it.
You know when we were trying to work out where Sugarloaf Mountain was from?
Yeah.
Is it in Wreck-It Ralph?
Is it? I feel like I have heard it before, but maybe it's just people talking about Rio. There we go. We're about to board. This is the second cable car. Guys, it is very, very cool up here and we've got so lucky with the weather. The views are just beautiful because the sky is so blue. But also, as well as it being like panoramic at every angle, there's also loads of really lovely shops. So I don't know where I'm putting this, but I just bought a beautiful mosaic print from this little stall over here. And I absolutely could have gone to town. Like I could have bought an A3 print from here. It would have been so lovely. They're all made on tile as well. And the lady like framed it, but I just can't transport tiles home with me. So I got a smaller one. But yeah, it's so beautiful. This is the one I got, guys. This print here, but it's slightly smaller than that. You can probably order it online, to be fair. So this is a statue for the many, many times that Brazil have won the World Cup. We are at their like main stadium now. I've actually just forgotten the name of it. Tom, what's the stadium called? Yeah, the
Maracana.
Maracana, not the Macarena. Good. We are currently in San Sebastian Cathedral, which Tom and I have both just said looks so similar to the cathedral in Liverpool. I'll insert an overlay because we actually went last year, not that long ago, and it's reminding me of it so much. Other than that cathedral, I don't think I've ever seen one that's like round before, and I just feel as though it's got a lot of similarities on the outside as well. A lot of South America is very Christian. Like I hadn't really thought about it as much before coming on this trip. I feel like when we went to Asia, we obviously knew that a lot of Asia is like varying religions, but the countries that we were in, there was a lot of Buddhism and Thailand and stuff like that. I'd never given it too much thought, but it's very Christian, very Catholic in a lot of places as well. So it's definitely interesting to be learning a little bit about that. And this is an impressive cathedral, like it is beautiful. Anyway, after here we are heading for lunch, and then our activity after lunch is
Christ the Redeemer.
Finally, we're gonna go to the Christ the Redeemer. Tom has been banging on about this for the whole time we've been in South America. We always knew it was gonna be one of our last activities. Rio was our last location in South America. I think we've saved one of the best until last. Although I will say, guys, it's so sweaty.
It's very hot.
What's your hair doing?
I don't really know. It just kind of does its own thing out here.
Yeah. Maybe you should just stick it.
Maybe.
I don't know if I've ever been somewhere as hot, and I knew that Rio was humid and hot before we got here, but I am like swelteringly. I mean, you can see it. Look at my face.
It feels like 33 today. It's also 12 UV.
UV 12. Yeah, no, that's not the view. Oh, but that is though. Oh my goodness me, that's it. Oh my goodness. Wait, that's crazy. It's not that busy. It's not that busy. I will say it's a little bit chaotic, but I hope that it's behind me right now. The sun is not in the best place, so we've been trying to do our best taking photos, but obviously you can't move the sun, so you've got to move around, so there's not much shadow. So we did our best, and that's all you can ask. Okay, I will say it's not as busy as I thought it would be, but I think that's because of where the sun is. So the sun obviously sets behind the Christ the Redeemer, which I had no reason to have known beforehand. Probably should have researched. A lot of the photos, you've just got this massive lens flare, like you can kind of see it here. Definitely not the best time for photography. The views are actually pretty amazing in every direction from here. I feel like people come up here to look at this bad boy, obviously, but there's also some pretty spectacular views, including, which we've learned today, this bridge here, which is 13 kilometers long. It's the longest bridge in South America, which is actually very impressive. Yeah, it's very cool.
It's a long bridge.
Yeah, it is. 13 kilometers.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, I feel like there's maybe a more direct route, but it's kind of cool. What is the cheering? Did somebody just get engaged? Wait, they did? Oh my goodness me. Again? Hey, I can't believe it. Did they just get engaged? Yeah. I can't believe you missed that. Sean, do you know how many clips of the last few vlogs you've just been in the background of doing something road? This is the, what is it? Ipanema. Good evening, guys. I'm gonna chat to you about the Christ the Redeemer. I've also straightened my hair. I feel so much more human. I've added a few flicks to the front and to the ends because I know that it's gonna be humid, so I thought if it starts off like this it looks more matching. But yeah, I'm gonna chat to you about the whole experience of the day, but first we're gonna go for dinner because we're having a speedy turnaround. I've got a little bit dressed up because the girls were getting a bit dressed up, so I thought put this dress on. But yeah, we're gonna go for some food right around the corner from the hotel, and then I will tell you about my day. Guys, I was just about to lay down and go to sleep, and then I realised I still haven't told you. Got back from dinner. I feel as though quite a lot of this vlog and a lot of the travel vlogs, especially when we've been with a group, have been a bit all over the place, because anybody that's done group travel will probably know you get quite caught up in like being with the group, and then suddenly the whole day has passed and you're like, how has that happened? And you've just been like chatting all day. Sometimes, I'll be honest, I find it hard to vlog on those days because I'm like, oh, I want to be doing my job, but I'm also so like engrossed in the conversation. And also, our experience at the Cresta Redeemer was actually quite stressful. I think because it's so popular, obviously it's a wonder of the world, but it's actually very small. Like the space that you can look at it from at the top, if you've been, you'll know what I mean. There's not much room there. It's kind of similar to being, I don't know, like the top of the Rockefeller Center or the top of the Empire State Building or somewhere like that, top of the Shard. Like it's a small condensed space where a lot of people are wanting to take photos. You just can't really get in anywhere. And something that I definitely noticed across the last few landmarks that we've been to is that people will be quite rude. Like today there was a lot of people just kind of like, they could see you're taking a photo, they'll like stand right in front of you, or you'll take a photo and they'll be like tutting because you're in their way and stuff. And I just think like passive aggression at the top today. I was just kind of like, oh, I feel overwhelmed. I don't care that much about getting a photo because I'm in everybody's way and I seem to be annoying people for just being here, which was a bit of a shame because I was like really excited to see it. And I think that the statue itself is amazing, like really, really amazing. Obviously very iconic. A little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. I think in terms of wonders of the world, given that we have just come from Machu Picchu, we have been a bit spoiled because I think that that is just out of this world in terms of like natural beauty, and also I think because it's quieter, they've got a better handle on like numbers, but also it's a bigger space. Yeah, I'm not saying this to put you off. I did enjoy it. I'm really glad that I went, but I do think, bear in mind that it is very popular, and I would say if I was going to go again, I'd go first thing in the morning, like the crack of dawn. I don't know what time it opened, but I would go for that.
7:30.
7:30. Thanks, Tom. We are also here the week of Carnival, so it is what it is. But that didn't really take away from the day. The day was amazing. I think that it's changed my perception of Rio already. I felt quite safe everywhere that I was today. I think the city itself is beautiful. Like it's got a incredible landscape of just beach after beach after beach after beach, like all the different oceans, all the different mountains, the hills, the beautiful like blue skies, palm trees. It was everything that I would want from a city. The lifestyle and the vibe kind of did remind me of Australia. Like everybody was just chilling on the beach after work. Obviously the vibes are very good right now because Carnival is on at the end of the week. That is going to be a separate vlog, don't you worry. We are staying and going to Carnival, but it feels like it's kind of already started. Like there's parties everywhere. The city is vibrant, colourful, and obviously I don't know what it's like normally, but I will quickly show you. Little haul. Guess what I bought? Of course I did. And this looks like it's for a child, so I don't know if it's gonna fit, but this is a Brazil t-shirt that everybody and their mum is wearing here. And then I also decided to buy matching shorts, but like in the inverse, which I think are really cute. They say Brazil at the bottom. I think I would wear these just like as pajama shorts in the future. I think together combined it costs like £8, so really not mad. I'm not gonna wear this to Carnival, but I do think these will be really cute for like going to the beach, cool photos. They're selling everything you could imagine, these colours basically. So anyway, now I am gonna go to sleep. Also, my straight hair lasted ages, didn't it? That's what you get when it's humid and your natural hair type is not straight. Good night. I shall see you in the morning at 5:30, which is when we are getting up to go to do a hike at Pedra do Telegrafo. You know as much as I do. You'll see it tomorrow.
Todos me dicen que me veo muy cansado, que si ando deprimido, que si ando agüitado. Siempre respondo que yo me siento chido, ando en mi camino, tocando y gozando. No tengo culpa que me llame el acordeón, no tengo culpa que me llame la cumbia, no tengo culpa que me llame el acordeón. No tengo culpa haber nacido.
It's been a minute and I look a lot better than I think. I don't even know if you've seen me today. I think Tom might have filmed me, but predominantly I was just filming the views. The hike was amazing, although quite challenging. It was a lot more of an incline than we thought, but these are some of the photos that we got. How sick does this look? Obviously it is an optical illusion. We were not hanging off of the edge of a cliff here, but it is pretty cool. I will drop the location on the screen of where this is on a map because it's a bit outside of Rio. But if you're in the city for a while and you want to go and explore some nature and get away from like the hustle and bustle of this city, because it is a big city, I really recommend this. It was a really lovely walk. But now it's 5 p.m. We're back. I've got changed. I'm wearing a cute little outfit because tonight we are going to a block party, and basically that is a street party that's on in the lead up to Carnival starting, and I'm very, very excited. But first we're gonna go shopping. We're gonna see if we can get an outfit for actual Carnival. I'm so excited to go and look at all the clothes. So we have arrived at a carnival event and we are in the line. There's Sean. Oh yeah, he's ready. How long do you reckon we've been queuing?
15 minutes.
15 minutes?
My guess we'll get in at 12. And it's
12.
currently 23:21.
So let me see your watch. Guys, I'll update you with how long it takes to get into this event. 23:21. What's about midnight?
That's my guess.
Okay. We've got 2 drinks. This one's my one. Pretty good.
I want to.
Yeah, I could go back and get a second. Man making cocktails on the side of the street. I'm sure it's fine. What's the time?
I'm late.
3 minutes past 12. A bit over. Tom guessed midnight to get in. We're not far off though.
Sean. It's not every day that you come out of a nightclub and there's a wonder of the world just looking at you.
That's true.
Actually, it's not looking at you.
I have never come out of a nightclub and seen the Christ the Redeemer.
Like, you're not going to Machu Picchu, like battered, and then...
I think it would be disrespectful. Anyway, basically, we've just left that place, had a couple drinks, very cheap. Every drink was like £3 or £4 in the equivalent conversion, which I think for Carnival Week is actually not that bad. I also think I will say, I felt quite safe. I was a little apprehensive, but on the approach in, the people that were like on the door checked bags. They checked like quite thoroughly as well. They checked with like a light and everything. And I felt like once I was inside, it was actually fine. And I thought that I'd probably be in a club in the UK and feel exactly the same. So that's pretty good. It was open air, nice and airy. And now behind me, probably can't see it, the Christ the Redeemer is behind me. Apparently we're going to an after party. Yeah, we're going to an after party. Very fun first experience of like a party. Oh my god, you match the sign perfectly! Oh, slay. Look at this. This is the Rio sign with nobody here. And do you know why there's nobody here? It's because it's 3 AM right now. But how often are you at Rio Carnival? Not very often. I'm walking down Copacabana Beach. Gonna get a pizza. I have felt better, but I've also felt worse. It is the next morning, it's about 9:30. We have free time until 2 PM. And I think Tom and I are gonna head to the Botanical Gardens. I've heard such amazing things about the like green space in Rio, and I think that that is what I need to heal me this morning. And I'm gonna get an acai bowl on the way there. I honestly just think that this free time is for some peace and some time away from the chaos that is Copacabana Beach. We're staying on Copacabana, and it's actually not as busy as I thought it might be, but I think in a few days time, obviously it's actually still pre-carnival. Like that last night on a Tuesday night is just the pre-party. Like that's not even part of it. I just think it's gonna be crazy by the time we get to Friday and Saturday. But I am so glad that we've actually stayed in Rio for a full week. I think this city is so big that you actually do need quite a lot of time to explore all of its bits and bobs. Obviously we did the main tourist attractions yesterday. We did a hike. Today we're going to a favela, which I believe is like a neighborhood. I don't really know too much. We got them pointed out to us yesterday on the bus, and it reminded me a little bit of Medellin in Colombia. Like it's lots of houses kind of all stacked on top of each other in like a, I don't want to say poorer area, but like not an affluent part of the city, but somewhere that they've made into like much more of a community. I feel like you'll see when we go later today. Last night was very fun. I will say they pour their drinks very strong here, so that is definitely something to note. You know when you go on holiday and they're just like, oh, you want a double? Okay, and they just hold the bottle and you're like, that's like 7 shots. It was a bit of that. It was a lot of that, but it was very fun, very good. Yeah, I feel very lucky to be with such a lovely group of people. Thomas just gone down to get breakfast because he does not want to get an acai, and we're about to head out, and hopefully it's gonna all real-live me. Okay, now we're talking. I know this is a chain, guys, and I know there's gonna be people saying there's so many better acai places, but sometimes you just want what you know you like, and I know that I like an oakberry. I'm not gonna lie, until we got here I thought it was Australian, but I think that it is actually Brazilian, so that is me being a muppet. But yeah, I've got acai, granola, banana. So welcome to Rio's Botanical Garden, and with that we're leaving. Guys, we ended up cycling here. That was the last clip that you saw, because the traffic is just so bad. Everything on Uber is saying like 45 minutes to an hour to get anywhere. So we were like, fine, we'll cycle. And it still took an hour, so I don't really know why we did that. Got here and the line to get in is like 2 hours long, and online it doesn't really say that much. To be fair, I hadn't researched in loads of depth. I thought of Botanical Gardens you could just walk into it, and you can if you're Brazilian, but you can't if you're not Brazilian. So we can't even come in because we don't have time, because we have an activity in 2 hours. So now I'm trying to find somewhere to go for lunch, but again, all of the Ubers are saying like 50 minutes, and I'm just like, we don't have 50 minutes. So something I will say about coming to Rio this time of year is you have to just allow so much time for the traffic. Somebody's told us to allow 4 to 5 hours to get to the airport, which is crazy. and I'm not a massive fan of that. I do think that other times of year it's probably better to visit. If you're not bothered about going to carnival, I would not come around this time of year because getting from A to B is a bit stressful, but I'm glad that we've seen at least the outside of it. There is like this little area that you can walk around, and there is some cafes before you like go in and enter. And to be honest, I guess a botanical garden is a botanical garden. I'll insert a photo of what we would have seen, but this is as good as it's getting. Not a successful morning, is it?
It was a fun bike ride.
Yeah, the bike ride was lovely. It was along 2 beaches, which was nice.
The route was amazing.
And the Christ the Redeemer was just above us the whole time we were walking through here, which was amazing.
It's fine. We've kind of seen it.
Well, yeah, we saw some trees.
Yeah, that's what Botanical Garden is, right?
You don't like them anywhere, to be fair. Tom just wanted to come because somebody told us that we could see toucans here. And the guy was like, oh yeah, there's loads of them in the Botanic Gardens. And Tom was like, we should go. Has this morning been successful? Be honest, don't sugarcoat it.
I enjoyed the bike ride. I did.
Okay, and how long have we just sat to wait for a sandwich? 45 minutes.
Has it really been 45?
Yes, it has really been 45. We're so late, guys. We are in the biggest favela in Rio, I think. Was that the fact? Yeah, the largest one. Fair play, they've got some good views from up here. In every direction, actually. You've got the sea, you've got it this way. Other side of the mountain, you've got it this way. I definitely think it's probably the most similar to Comuna 13 in Medellin.
Or something, and there's room for another here, right? Next World Cup.
The next time we
There's a
win.
house here that was demolished. They saw a crack growing on the ground, and they figured out it was coming from here. They called the city hall, and the city hall demolished the house. It was built in 1937. There's a painting there of the Last Supper, with Black Jesus and pizza.
We are heading down the favela back towards the Jeep. We've done this tour on a Jeep, which is very, very cool. And it's really cool to see like a completely different neighborhood to what like the beachfront where we're staying looks like, because this is obviously much more realistic. So many people live here. It's chaos. I could be about to get hit by a bike, so I'm gonna put you away. We are going to a samba show. Have you even been to Brazil or South America if you've not watched a samba? I feel like I'm so excited for this. I loved the tango show when we went in Buenos Aires. If you've not seen this vlog, this was genuinely the best night of the trip so far. When I think about evening activities, that just smashed out the park. So I'm hoping that this is going to be similar. I've got a little, I don't really think this is samba vibes, but I've got a little bit more dressed up. I've slicked my hair back again. I was like, should I wash it? And then I thought, no, just more gel. I haven't done any makeup, but I honestly just can't be bothered. Is that awful? Anyway, let's go. This is so cool. Look at all of the flags. Is this where we're going? Oh, it is. Wow, this is so cool. This place is sick. We've just arrived at the venue. Can't hear me. Yeah, this is a very, very cool venue. It's reminding me already of Argentina. I'm so excited to get dinner as well. It's gonna be so much fun. So my dad has this weird phobia of clocks. This wall is not for him. Wow, this is such a cool venue though. This one's a wall of mirrors. Oh, and there's a band down here. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Very excited to spend the evening in here. I think it's like a 3-hour show, and you also probably can't hear me at all, so cue a montage. Hola chicas. Hola chicas. Oh, you're out of focus.
Probably better, you can't see me.
There you go. It's the boys. It's the boys. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, vlog.
Good morning, vlog. Tom did a 5k run this morning at the crack of dawn. That's how our day's going.
Oh, the crack of dawn, it was hot.
It was, yeah.
27 degrees.
Anyway, I did not. Last night was so much fun. The Samba club was completely different to the tango show we went to in Argentina. We didn't watch like a performance. Instead, it was people that obviously go to dance Samba regularly, and then like some professionals that worked there, like getting people up off of the sidelines and kind of showing them how to dance Samba, which was very cool. I briefly had a go. I don't think there is a video of it because Tom and I were just kind of on the dance floor like, we can't do this, but this is really fun. So that was great. And today, I think this is going to be the last day of this vlog actually, because tomorrow and the day after are actual carnival, and I think they'll be worth vlogging as like a separate carnival experience. So today is a beach day followed by a helicopter ride over Rio. I don't know why we booked this. I feel like we were a bit insane, but
Sorry, Janine.
yeah, I'm sorry, Janine. Our friends that we're traveling with in this travel group that you guys met in Argentina as well, Becca and Eugene, were like, we're gonna do it, join us, and we were like, okay. So yeah, I've got on my little Brazil top and we're going down to Copacabana. I kind of want to have a little photo shoot, even though I hate doing that around other people, but how often are you on Copacabana Beach dressed head to toe in a Brazil gear? And we need to go. I'm currently on Copacabana Beach in my Brazil t-shirt, taking some photos, getting some fun content, and honestly I'm just thriving. I'm enjoying this. I love this beach, it's beautiful, and also it's just good vibes. Like every 3 seconds there's people selling coconuts, there's people selling cocktails. Yeah, it deserves the hype it gets. My goodness me, that was not a success, guys. I just went in a few shops for carnival, went to find an outfit. I've not really found anything that I like, and I fear that now because I'm going tomorrow and I still don't have anything and carnival starts tomorrow, all the best things are gone. So me and Becca were walking around and we were like, oh. So I've got a top but I don't love it, so I feel like it's got to be one of those instances where I either wear that and just accept that it's not my favorite thing I've ever worn, or I go back tomorrow morning, which is what I'm actually going to do, and try and find something else. But we've come back and got changed because we are about to go on our helicopter flight. I'm actually really nervous because I've done this once before on the Gold Coast of Australia and I can't say it was my favourite activity. The reason that I'm doing it again is because here there's so much more to see. Like Rio, I think, is a city that will look actually even better from above. The Gold Coast is actually just a coastline. Like it's really nice, but it's not like, you're not really looking at much. Here it's like the Christ the Redeemer, all of the different bays, all of the different like harbours, all of the hills and the mountains. Just a bit scared. Statistically, I feel like it's fine. How often do helicopters crash? Don't answer that. It's gonna be fine. We're doing it with Becca and Eugene and we need to leave because although it's not very far away, it's like an hour and a half just to get out of the city at the moment because of all of the traffic for carnival. It's causing us quite a stress. Everything is taking a very long time. That's why we're now in a rush. But you know what? Every day's a challenge. Quickly for the vlog, how are you feeling?
Excited. That'll be good.
How are you guys feeling? Scared. Oh, I think it's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna be fine. We're heading somewhere over here, I think, potentially. Or maybe not. Also, we're on a golf course, which is beautiful. I'm about to get in a helicopter. Oh, I'm nervous. But I'm so excited for the views. Doing it literally only for the views, actually. Trying not to think about the fact that it's a bit windy. And we're off. We're getting a golf buggy to the helicopter. This is a bougie life. Like, this is what it must feel like to be really rich.
Banging my head.
Todos me dicen que me veo muy cansado, que si ando deprimido, que si ando agüitado. Siempre respondo que yo me siento chido, ando en mi camino, tocando y gozando. No tengo culpa que me llame el acordeón, no tengo culpa que me llame la cumbia, no tengo culpa que me llame el acordeón, no tengo culpa haber nacido pa' la rumba.
So, I am now in a different hotel room, but I'm gonna wrap this vlog up. I just wanted to add this in at the end because I've had a lot of questions about visiting Rio as a backpacker, as a girl, as a tourist. I'm gonna do a big chat about that at the end of my carnival vlog because I've kind of split this vlog into two. As you can see, it's already so long. So if you do want to find out my opinion on what Rio is like as a city and like a bit of a chatty kind of Q&A, I'm going to put that at the end of my carnival vlog just because otherwise this video would be an hour long. But to wrap it up, I do actually really want to say all of the stereotypes I'd heard about Rio actually didn't really turn out to be true, and hopefully you've kind of got that throughout this vlog. Obviously there are parts of the city that don't feel super safe, and obviously I was super cautious and had my wits about me the whole time because I'd heard so many horror stories of people visiting Rio and being robbed, mugged, held at knife point, the worst kind of horror stories possible. On a personal level, none of that, very luckily and thankfully, happened to me. So my experience in this city was quite similar to most of the other cities I've visited in South America. And I just wanted to add this at the end because I think it's important to say that not everything you hear about a location is necessarily true. And I'm not discrediting that that could happen to you, and that I know people that have had that happen. Phones being stolen is a really common one, things like that. But I do also want to offer the other side of that and say that Rio is not just full of sketchy criminals. Like, I met some incredible people and some really lovely, friendly locals. Like, I do kind of want to offer the opposite view because I think it's equally important to go somewhere and be really like tentative and cautious because it probably keeps you safer. But I also want to say, like, I had a really fun time. Like, my experience in this city was just a week of fun, like a week of chaos really, because it was carnival, it was busy, we partied a lot. I think I've hit my quota for clubbing for the year. Like, we were out a lot and generally I didn't feel unsafe. So I'm gonna end the vlog by saying that I do a little bit more of a Q&A. I get Tom involved in the end of my next vlog, which is from Carnival, so do subscribe so that you can see that if you want to see what Carnival is like as a backpacker going to Rio for the first time. That's gonna be up on my channel on Tuesday. Subscribe so that you don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you kind of got the vibe that we were having a very fun time in this city. Bye guys.